While loop in Python. A while statement in Python executes a block of code repeatedly as long as the test condition of the loop is true. Syntax is shown here. While is a reserved word written in lowercase letters. Test expression is the condition to be checked for true or a false value. Body of a while consists of a single or a multiple statements. Else is optional and executed when test condition evaluates to false. Example, counter variable count is initialized with 1. It checks for the value of count up to 5. Loop shall be executing till this value. Every time the loop gets executed, print value of count followed by incrementing the value of count in each iteration. Thus, this loop shall iterate for 5 times and shall terminate as the value of counter becomes 5. In this program, loop counter variable num is initialized with 5. It checks for the value of num up to not equals to 0. The loop shall be executing till this value. Every time the loop gets executed, prints the value of num followed by decrementing the value of num in each iteration. This loop shall iterate for 5 times and shall terminate as the value of num becomes equals to 0. Here loop counter variable counter is initialized with 0. It checks for the value of counter up to 3. The loop shall be executing till this value. Every time the loop gets executed, the message inside loop gets displayed, followed by incrementing the value of counter in each iteration. Thus, this loop shall iterate for 3 times and shall terminate as the value of counter becomes 3. This is the Python program coding to print the number from 1 to 10 using while loop. Loop control variable is initialized with 1. Here the block consisting of the print and increment statement is executed repeatedly until the count is less than 11. With each iteration, the current value of the index count is displayed and then increased by 1. As soon as the value of count reaches 11, the loop body is skipped and print the first statement after the while loop, that is thank you. Else statement with loops. Else is executed when test condition evaluates to false and is optional. So, if the else statement is used with a for loop, the else statement is executed when the loop has exhausted iterating the list. If the else statement is used with the while loop, the else statement is executed when the condition becomes false. Infinite loop. Infinite means which has no end. Loop becomes infinite loop if a condition never becomes false. Such a loop is called an infinite loop. Here is the program to illustrate the concept of infinite loop using while loop construct. Test condition where equals to 1 resulting in an infinite loop, as this test condition is never going to get false. In the output, keep asking a user to enter a number and displaying a number infinite times. Nested loop. Nested loop is a loop inside another loop. Once the condition is true, the control is transferred to the inner loop. First, the inner loop is terminated and then the outer loop terminates. Inner loop must have a different name for its loop counter variable so that it will not conflict with the outer loop. Next, for a nested while loop is shown above. A nested while loop. A while loop is defined inside another while loop. In the above program, I is a loop control variable for outer loop and is assigned a value 2 before the loop execution begins. Test expression is checked for outer loop first. The body of the outer loop is executed as test expression evaluates to true. Executes body of outer while which contains another while statement, that is inner while. A is a loop control variable for inner loop and is assigned to before inner loop execution. For I equals to 0, inner loop will be executed 3 times. Will print 2, 2, 2, after which the inner loop gets terminated. After executing the rest of the body of outer loop, control goes to the next iteration of the outer loop and I is incremented, becomes 1. Again executes the body of outer loop. This process goes on till outer loop test expression remains true. Thanks for watching.